Breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
Breaking news at 4:30, 3 people killed in an early morning crash. This is a live look at the investigation that's happening right now in Durham.
And today will still be breezy, but not quite as windy as yesterday. This wind will help to warm up our temperatures over the next couple of days.
And making it official, the ceremony happening today to recognize Fort Liberty reverting back to Fort Bragg. And the NHL trade deadline, after winning in the final seconds of last night's game, Carolina Hurricanes could see a shakeup to their team roster today.
These next few games are going to be tough, so we got to keep there in.
At what time the decisions will be announced this afternoon. If they are to make any, the trade deadline comes up mid-afternoon today. Just one of the topics we'll talk about here on Friday after that big Canes win last night. I'm Jeff Hogan.
And I'm Michelle McConaughey in for an HU. What an exciting win.
I know, on WRAL, what a great way to do that win.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, it's Friday. We're excited. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner with a live look overall. It's chilly out there.
It is chilly, again, like yesterday. But and skies are going to be variably cloudy. We'll see some sunshine on and off today. 36, though, is our temperature. Our wind right now is west at 5 miles per hour, but it shifts to southerly today. And even though it'll be a little breezy in the afternoon, about 15 to 20, that wind will start to come out of the south, and that will begin a nice warm up. But temperatures are near freezing in a lot of places this morning. 31 in Southern Pines and Fayetteville, 32 Roxborough and South Hill, 31 Rocky Mount. We're in the mid-30s, of course, here in the Triangle. We take a look at our cloud cover forecast. It's fairly patchy this morning, but expect the clouds to thicken up on and off as we get through the day today. That's a look at how much of the sky will be covered with clouds. And temperatures will climb up to around 60 degrees for this afternoon, but we'll jump into the 70s tomorrow, and I'll show you when we have an 8 and a 0 on the 7-day forecast.
Oh my, that's going to sound good. All right, we have breaking news to get to this morning. 3 people are dead. Several others are injured after a crash in Durham. This happened just after 2 o'clock this morning on North Roxborough Street, and WRAL's Eric Miller joins us live from that scene right now. That road is closed still as police investigate, Eric.
Jeff, that it is. We're standing at North Roxborough Street and East Gear Street, one of the main arteries in and out of this city here this morning. And you can see behind me crime scene tape stretched everywhere as Durham police continue this investigation. You take a look at this video here, you can see just how substantial things are here. Durham police tell us this all happened just after 2 a.m. Only one vehicle was involved here with 6 people inside. 2 people were killed here at this scene after this crash. 4 others rushed to the hospital. One of those people later died. We're still working to learn the names, the identities of those involved in this crash, as well as what exactly happened here. Durham police say they're investigating, and we've seen here at this scene significant skid marks out here in the roadway, dozens of evidence markers littering the road, seeming to mark out the path this vehicle may have taken. It's not exactly clear what happened here. Was this racing? Was this a case of losing control? That question's still unanswered. It's what investigators are digging into right now, and as soon as we learn more information, we'll bring you those details right here on WRAL. In Durham, Eric Miller, WRAL News.
A statewide tornado drill is scheduled for today as part of North Carolina's Severe Weather Preparedness Week. This comes just days after we had tornado warnings actually pop up across North Carolina. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey joins us live from Aversboro Elementary in Garner. And Kelsey, the drill is happening this morning at 9:30 after things got real on Wednesday.
Yes, Michelle, it did. So this morning, schools statewide are preparing for this tornado drill that's set to start in a few hours. Aversboro Elementary is just one of the schools that will be participating. And this drill comes after there was severe weather across our viewing area Wednesday. Sky 5 flew over some of the damage in Wilson. You can see trees that fell on homes as a result of those strong winds. Today's tornado drill is a part of Severe Weather Preparedness Week. The National Weather Service and the State Department of Public Safety are teaming up to help keep North Carolinians safe. That tornado drill is scheduled for 9:30 this morning. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Garner.
Another diverging diamond intersection is coming to one of our busy interstates. Maybe you've driven the one on Western Boulevard or at Jones Sausage Road. This is what it looks like. Traffic briefly shifts to the other side of the road, and this new diverging diamond is going to be at I-40 and Airport Boulevard. The DOT is going to close a section of the road for 3 days to get everything ready. Work starts Friday, 10 p.m. and should be done by Monday morning.
Fort Bragg will officially recognize its name change today. The 18th Airborne Corps will host a ceremony at 11 o'clock this morning to mark Fort Liberty's transition back to Fort Bragg. This time, Fort Bragg will be named in honor of Private First Class Roland Bragg, who rescued fellow paratroopers during World War II. The ceremony will include the unveiling of a new sign and uncasing of the colors. Earlier this week, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced that he is reviving the old name of a second military base. Fort Moore in Georgia will be again called Fort Benning.
And we are working to learn more this morning about this crash on Pool Road in Raleigh. It happened just after midnight near I-440. Video from the WRAL breaking news tracker shows how badly damaged that car was. Officers on the scene tell us this was a single car crash, and they say they believe the car was speeding. Police have not said if anyone was hurt.
A driver accused of causing a crash and then trying to run away was caught by Wake County deputies. The crash happened around 8 o'clock last night on US 70 Business near Guy Road in the Garner area. Deputies say the driver was impaired and rear-ended another car. The driver was not wearing a seatbelt and was badly injured, but still managed to get away. We are working to learn more about any charges that driver may face. The other driver has minor injuries.
Today, we'll get a snapshot of the labor market when we see the jobs report from President Donald Trump's first full month in office. The February jobs report is due out at 8:30 this morning. Economists predict it'll show growth of about 170,000 jobs and the unemployment rate holding steady at 4%. However, reports indicate layoff announcements from companies soared in February to their highest monthly level since 2020. A big reason for that was the effort from the Department of Government Efficiency to trim the federal workforce.
The Trump administration must pay debts owed to USAID's partners by Monday. A federal judge issued that ruling. At least 9 nonprofit groups and aid organizations filed that lawsuit against the administration. About $2 billion is owed to USAID partners after the Trump administration ordered a freeze on foreign assistance.
State lawmakers are one vote away from finalizing a $500 million Helene relief package. That vote is expected to take place Tuesday. State lawmakers got an update from Governor Stein's Helene recovery team yesterday. Jonathan Krebs and Stephanie McGarrett with Grow NC said federal money will take several months to arrive in a best case scenario. They say state money is needed to get the rebuilding process started as soon as possible.
The NHL's trade deadline is 3 o'clock this afternoon. The Carolina Hurricanes roster may see a shakeup as the team looks to fine-tune itself for the playoffs. Last night at Lenovo Center, the Canes had the fans on the edge of their seats into the final seconds, tied at 2 with less than 20 seconds left. Seth Jarvis stole the puck and put it behind the Boston Bruins goaltender. The Canes got that win 3-2 in a game that was broadcast right here on WRAL. After the game, we talked with Canes fans about that very exciting finish.
Jarvis is unbelievable. That was an unbelievable play.
They always have the ability to come back, even from, if they didn't start out so well.
It was crowded in there, too. This was the 100th consecutive sellout crowd for a Canes game at Lenovo Center. The streak dates back to February 2023.
That was an awesome scene. Tonight, women's professional hockey takes center ice at the Lenovo Center. The Ottawa Charge and Minnesota Frost of the PWHL will play in Raleigh tonight as part of the league's takeover tour. PWHL is in its second season, and the Frost are the league's defending champions. The game gets started at 7 o'clock tonight. Tickets start at $34 on Ticketmaster.
Well, this weekend, you can get children's clothes and other items for low prices at the Kids Everywhere consignment sale. It's happening at South Hill Mall and Plaza on Buck Jones Road in Raleigh. It opens to the public tomorrow at noon. It'll also be open Sunday starting at 2. You need to buy a ticket online. It'll also be open each weekend through March 23rd, with prices going down each weekend.
20 minutes before 5 on your Friday, accidental bombing. New video of the explosions in South Korea after bombs were released from fighter jets.
And oversharing with AI. People are forming complex, sometimes romantic relationships on companion apps.
It's nice to be able to express things to someone that I can't express to others.
The concerns from privacy experts who say it's hard to know how the information is being used.
And this is a live look right now, downtown Cary. Good morning. Right at the park there, we are starting off a little chilly this morning. It's cold. but it's going to warm up this weekend. And meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner will tell us when we could hit 80 degrees.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
It is 4:43, and it's a chilly start this morning, but today is the day the wind shifts to southerly and we begin to warm things up, at least for a day or two. We take a look at Durham this morning, and we do have some clouds out there. We do have the top of the tower lit in purple for some clouds. The clouds are going to come and go, kind of like they did yesterday, but it may be a bit more cloudy from time to time during the afternoon. It's 32 in Lewisburg, 31 Southern Pines and Fayetteville, it's 30 in Irwin, and 31 in Rocky Mount and Wilson. So we are at or near freezing in some spots. There could be a little bit of patchy frost on wind chills, especially as those temperatures are close to freezing in a few places. And walking the dog this morning, we'll probably feel more comfortable in a jacket or a coat. We do climb to almost 60 this afternoon and a huge warm up in store for tomorrow, but a chance of some showers Sunday. We'll walk through that coming up.
Your time is 4:44 here in the WRAL Live Center. I was listening to Jeff talk a little bit about the jobs report that was slated, and now that the U.S. futures are showing on the board, I thought I'd show you that during this time. You can see the S&P 500 is up about 20.25 with the U.S. stock futures there. Dow Jones up 97 and the NASDAQ up 99. Now, this is going to keep on fluctuating as the morning progresses, including as investors wait for that jobs report we were just talking about. And, of course, this is also a bit of a reaction to the hold on those tariffs from President Donald Trump, at least until next year on Canada, and next month, I should say, on Mexico and Canada.
Thanks, Chris. 15 people are hurt, too, seriously, after fighter jets mistakenly dropped bombs in South Korea. New video from the village shows the moment one of those bombs fell. 8 bombs in all were dropped about 20 miles from the North Korean border. They were supposed to hit a training range. South Korean officials say one of the pilots entered the wrong coordinates, and it's not clear why a second pilot also dropped a bomb. This was part of the joint training exercises with the U.S. military. No American aircraft were involved.
Another dust storm impacted parts of New Mexico and Texas. According to the New Mexico Department of Transportation, parts of Interstate 10 were closed yesterday because of low to zero visibility. Drivers were told to be ready to pull over on the side of the road. The dust storm prompted several flight delays or cancellations at the El Paso International Airport in Texas.
10 Democrats joined all House Republicans in voting to censure Congressman Al Green. Green and other House Democrats saying we shall overcome on the House floor moments before the vote. The move came after Green shouted at President Trump during his address to a joint session of Congress Tuesday night. Censure is a formal way for the House to express disapproval of a member's conduct. A censured member does not lose any rights or privileges as a House member.
The appeal to fully reinstate St. Augustine University's accreditation has been denied. The historically black university in Raleigh has had a hearing last week. The accrediting board announced it is standing by its decision to revoke St. Augustine's membership due to financial stability and lack of oversight.
The rubber meets the road right now. Sachs is giving their ruling. So guess what? We have to come together and build our university back for the better.
And the university wants to take this through arbitration. During the 90-day process, St. Augustine's would still be accredited, and the May graduates will leave with accredited degrees as well. The school also says it has a financing deal to stay open.
Today, Governor Josh Stein will be in Charlotte to highlight the positive impacts of Medicaid expansion in North Carolina. He'll hold a roundtable discussion with North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services Secretary Dr. Dev Sangvi. It is happening at 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Tonight, all new on Dateline, the first ever television interview with convicted killer Lori Vallow. Vallow is doing life without parole for, among other crimes, the murders of her 2 children in Idaho. She is now in an Arizona jail awaiting another murder trial. Here's Keith Morrison with a preview.
I'm asking you a question. Did you watch your children die?
That's a really sad question.
And Dateline's all-new 2-hour episode, Lori Vallow Daybell, the jailhouse interview. It airs tonight at 9, right here on WRAL.
Now to the growing popularity of companion apps. People are sharing their deepest secrets with AI tools, and privacy advocates are sounding the alarm about it. The AI companions are designed to seem like real people with distinct personalities. They give individualized responses, encouraging millions of users to share their most intimate thoughts. Some even encourage their users to fall in love. Jen Kaltwriter, who works with Mozilla, studied 11 so-called relationship chatbots. Using data trackers, she found many of the apps are sending users data around the world, including to sites affiliated with Russia and China.
We saw apps go from having tens of thousands of downloads to millions of downloads in just a few months. But if you kind of try and suss out, well, who's the company behind this? Who are the people behind that? They were kind of hidden.
Many of these kinds of apps ask users to self-report issues and do not monitor conversations. Privacy experts are asking users to keep that in mind when engaging with chatbots.
All right, let's get over to our weather forecast. It's Friday. We're looking ahead to the weekend. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner has the next weather makers.
It's so breezy today. Not quite as windy as yesterday. We're going to see our winds starting to decrease today and tomorrow for sure, but still 15 to 20 mile per hour gusts. Then warmer temperatures. We're going to warm up to almost 60 today, but we're going to jump straight into the 70s for tomorrow. And then we do have a chance of rain on Sunday. It's looking a little less likely to see overall rain, but we're going to walk through that a little more closely coming up in just a little bit. Downtown Raleigh right now, a mix of sun and clouds, 36 degrees, but we're seeing temperatures near freezing in a lot of places. So we'll move on out and look at Roxborough at 32, 31 Rocky Mount, 32 Clinton, 31 Fayetteville, 31 Southern Pines. A lot of folks seeing temperatures near freezing, and temperatures will likely drop a little bit more over the next couple of hours. Right here around the Triangle, Apex at 33, Holly Springs 33, Cary and Garner sitting at 33, 32 in Clayton, 31 Chapel Hill. So this morning there may be some frost on the windshields in some places. Winds are fairly light now, about 0 to 5 miles per hour, but again, we'll be a little breezy later on this afternoon as our winds could gust 15 to 20 miles per hour. Well, I love this reported photo. Jessica Hill from Wayne County sent us this yesterday, and you can see the leading edge of a band of clouds as it starts to move over her property. Kind of a neat shot there. Go to WRAL.com/report it, and you can send us your photos. We'd love to see what's happening in your backyard. Around town, in your backyard this afternoon, it should be 59 in Raleigh, 58 in Durham, and 62 in Fayetteville. So fairly comfortable, running pretty close to normal for this time of year. Our normal is 60. We jump way up to 73 for tomorrow, but a front comes through on Sunday. It will drop our temperatures, even though it may not bring us a whole lot of rain, but we have a huge rebound. Notice that 73 degrees there on Tuesday. As we take a look at what happens on Saturday night is the Battle of the Blues, and temperatures at 4 o'clock are going to be around 70 degrees. It's going to be a really nice evening for a game. I know it'll be inside, but tailgating ahead or when you come out of the game, it looks nice. We're seeing cool temperatures for today, signified there in the blue shaded area. And of course, we're going to end up seeing some warmer temperatures sliding on in and warming things up for us on Saturday. Daylight saving time, of course, also is Saturday night. We're a little cooler Sunday. Like I said, we're going to walk through that potential for some showers. But look at that. Wednesday, we could see the first 80-degree day of the year.
Well, we have that, which we're looking forward to. We also have this, an eagle update. This is a live look right now. Jackie and Shadow's nest in Big Bear, California. We'll show you the first images of the third eaglet that hatched yesterday.
Her eyes opening. I think she knows we're watching. And international soccer in the Triangle when you can see Mexico take on Turkey at Kenan Stadium. We have all been on Eagle Watch all week long, and we're happy to report that Jackie and Shadow officially have eaglet triplets. This is a live look at the nest right now in Big Bear, California. The nest cam caught the hatching of 2 eggs earlier this week, and a third hatched yesterday. Look how sweet. Thousands of people have been watching Jackie and Shadow this week. Many are thankful the couple will finally see their family soar.
Amazingly excited. I've been giggling and laughing, and I just can't get enough of what's happening.
You can't help but smile. They're so cute. You can watch the live nest cam on the Friends of Big Bear Valley's YouTube channel. Oh, my goodness.
That's amazing life right there. Today in entertainment news, an award for a Rolling Stone and a snake for Dave Bautista. David Daniel explains in our Hollywood Minute.
I'd like to say thank you to you all, and thank you to the state of Connecticut.
Legendary rocker and longtime Connecticut resident Keith Richards was honored by the state this week. Governor Ned Lamont gave the Rolling Stones guitarist the inaugural Connecticut Governor's Award for Excellence for his contributions to the state's cultural and civic life. Richards also received the Key to the State, which would give anyone satisfaction.
Friends of yours?
Yeah,
don't have many friends.
Me neither.
In The Lost Lands, writer-director Paul W.S. Anderson did give voice a two-headed snake, which delighted actor Dave Bautista.
Sorry, I'm dancing around this question because I don't want to give anything away. But we really wanted to kind of overstate my relationship and my bond with this snake, and it was very important to Paul. And I just loved it because I loved that Boyce's best friend in the world would be a two-headed snake.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
That's a lot. International soccer is coming back to Chapel Hill. Mexico will take on Turkey at Kenan Stadium this summer. It's not the first time a game like this has been played there. We have seen Manchester City come to town. We've seen Chelsea take on Wrexham. Between the teams and the fans, many who will travel from all over the country, the town of Chapel Hill expects the Mexico-Turkey game to bring in about $7 million in revenue. The match is on June 10th, and tickets go on sale next Monday at 10 a.m. New information this morning, the investigation into the deaths of actor Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy. The update we'll get today from police.
And a traffic alert here, a new traffic pattern in a busy part of Raleigh. How this will impact drivers starting tonight.